Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Storytelling with Ev. In the past and even just recently, I've talked to a lot of people about their anxiety levels and how they can actually lower them when it comes to writing their book or working on their writing project. So I found that today, instead of just talking about anxiety, because that can also induce more anxiety for a lot of people, we're going to be doing something about it, which is called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, or it's also called tapping. So, what exactly is EFT? So, Emotional Freedom Technique was created by a guy named Gary Craig, and it's tapping on using your fingertips to tap along the meridians in your body. So it's to help reduce stress that way. And it's usually used for people who have a lot of anxiety or if they're dealing with a lot of PTSD. In traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM, the your your acupuncturist will actually put needles along specific meridian points to balance out the energy that's blocked. And so instead of, if you're afraid of needles, this is a great way for you to access the same type of technique without having to deal with needles. Typically, there are 12 major meridians that mirror on the body, that mirror each other on the body, but we're only going to be focusing on 9 of them. And before we even get started on that, what we need to do is create a benchmark for how we're currently feeling in terms of our anxiety. So you usually base it off on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the worst, most difficult situation or the anxiety that you're feeling. So, like for instance, today I'm pretty good. Like, I feel like I'm more of a 4 today, so I'm not past that level 5. I'm like not anxious at all because I slept in today, which was really nice. And then I saw that it was raining in Vancouver, so that's such a great help because we need to really get rid of all the smoke still. But I mean, like, there's still some anxiety in there, and you can use this towards your writing. It doesn't have to only be for writing, but this is what we're going to be focusing on today. And so there are 9 points that we'll actually be doing acupressure on after we take note of the initial intensity that we're feeling. So if you're, say, if you're feeling like you're at an 8, okay, that's okay. So the next step is to acknowledge the issues but accept yourself despite what you're feeling. And it's a way to kind of trick your brain into thinking that, okay, it's actually not as bad as you think it is, because our brains, especially for creative people, will make it way worse than it actually is. Can I hear amen on that? Because that's what I do constantly. Okay, so before we get started on the tapping, grab yourself a glass of water. Pause this video, grab your water, come back, and then we'll get started. So the reason for the water is we need to flush our system out, and we need to do this before we start tapping and after we stop tapping. And it's just meant to help you move a lot of the toxins out of your body as well. And it's the same as like if you were to go get an acupuncture treatment. You need to get some water in before you, and then get some water out of you. Get some water for the after. Okay, so let's drink some water. And then let's get started. So we'll go to the karate chop first, then to the top of the head, then to the beginning points of your eyebrow, to the side of the eye, to under eye, to above your lip, to your chin, to your collarbone, just a little bit below your collarbone, and then underneath your arm. And then we'll finish at the top of the head. Okay? So, start here. Even though I feel my writing is just utter crap and it doesn't make any sense and I feel so creatively blocked, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Top of the head. Even though I feel like people are just going to laugh at my story, they're going to look at me all weird, side of the eye, they're going to judge me for what I'm doing underneath the eye, for what stories I'm going to tell, for all the things that I'm going to be talking about. I feel this imposter syndrome, Jen, that's coming up for me right now. And I feel like it's just a lot of pressure that I'm putting on myself, unnecessary pressure I'm putting on myself. Under the arm, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like, I don't know why, why I can't get this sentence right. Even though I can't seem to get into the flow of things. I feel like it's like a huge disaster right now. And it doesn't make any sense. My story is not making any sense. I'm feeling a lot of stress around it. And I'm feeling anxious about what I'm trying to create. And there's so much pressure for me to create right now. But I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like people are just going to feel like I'm trying to be someone I'm not. And all the people from my past on my social media they're just going to judge me for what I'm doing, for what I'm trying to put out there, for all the things that all the change I'm trying to create in the world. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I'm feeling all this stress and anxiety around my book right now, I know that I can get help. I know that I can do better. I know that my writing will change someone's life. And I know that I will help someone with the stories that I'm trying to tell. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my writing may feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, I know that I have the experience. I know that I am creative. I know that people may not understand what I'm trying to do, but I know it's going to help someone. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I feel the stress and anxiety going through me right now, I'm all sweaty, and I'm trying to create something that's going to have lasting change. And I feel anxious about it. And I can feel the judgment coming. And I feel overwhelmed by it. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And life is all about change. And I know that no matter what, I can't please everyone. And I know that this overwhelm is keeping me stuck. But I know that no matter what, I can take tiny steps towards my goal because I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And we'll just do one more. Even though life is funny this way, and we're all in quarantine times, and there's a lot of stress that's happening regardless, and everyone's feeling it, I know that I'm going to be creating something that will make me feel happy. And it's not about pleasing others. It's about pleasing myself. Because I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And we finish with the top of the head. We'll take a deep breath. Grab some water. So, how was that for everyone? Let me know in the comments below if you felt you had a shift, if you felt anything come up. Sometimes, you know what, you may not feel anything, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you did it wrong. Just try going through it a couple more times and talk about things that you are experiencing. Because a part of what I was saying in the script is basically what I was experiencing, and those are my own insecurities that I wanted to really kind of flush out of my system. And just remember to get lots of rest. Don't force anything. That's the important thing to remember. Don't force anything. If your body's trying to tell you something and you're trying to force through it, take a step back, take a breath, and maybe just like put it aside for the time being, especially if you're having a writing block. Put it aside and then go do something else. And then afterwards, come back and see how you do, and see how you're feeling about it. Okay, so I hope this video has been really helpful. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers so we can do live Q&As and even do work sessions together. So I'll block off some time. It'll most likely be on a Saturday. And we can block off some time and just get together, do work, and you can ask questions along the way, and then we can kind of go from there. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I can't wait to hear what you leave in the comments to see if this is actually helping you with your writing anxiety. If not, please let me know, and we can always work around, we can always talk about it some more. Okay? Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.